Awakening. Today, I'm bringing you the book The Miracles of Your Mind by Dr. Joseph Murthy. In this extraordinary book, Dr. Murphy reveals the inner workings of the subconscious mind and makes this book one of the most practical guides in overcoming the troubles that beset mankind. The amazing results, miracles, some might call them, reported by those who attended Dr. Murphy's lectures on the miracles of the subconscious mind, brought hundreds of letters from others. Picture yourself without the element or problem. Imagine the emotional accomplishments of the freedom state you crave. Gut out all of the red tape from the process. The simple way is always the best. You desire a happier, fuller, and richer life. Begin to use this miracle working power and smooth your way in daily affairs. Solve business problems and bring harmony in family relationships. Be sure man has only one mind, but he has two distinct phases or functions of one mind. Each phase is characterized by its own phenomena, which is peculiar to itself. Each of these minds is capable of independent action as well as synchronous action. We call one of the objective mind, which it deals with external things, and the other is the subjective mind. The subjective mind is amendable, objective or the conscious mind. The objective mind takes cognizance of the object. The word objective means that it deals with objective things. The subjective mind takes cognizance of the environment by means independent of the five physical senses. Subjective mind or the subconscious mind, either term may be used, perceives by intuition. The subconscious mind is a seed of your emotions. We know without a doubt that it performs its highest functions when the objective senses are in abeyance. To apprehend the thoughts of others without the use of ordinary, objective means of communication. So, it is of the greatest importance that we understand the interaction of the conscious and the subconscious mind in order to learn the true art of prayer. Now, there are many terms used in describing the objective and the subjective minds. They are, as we told you, called the conscious or subconscious mind, the waking or sleeping mind, the surface self or the deep self, voluntary mind or it is like the soil. It will accept any seed that you deposit in, whether it is good or bad. Remember, anything that you accept as true and believe will be accepted by your subconscious mind and brought into life as a condition, experience, or event. Ideas are conveyed to the subconscious mind through feelings. We will use an illustration. The conscious mind is like the navigator. Captain is the master of the ship. His orders are followed out. Likewise, your conscious mind is the captain, the master of your ship. Your body and all of your affairs represent the ship. Your subconscious mind takes the orders you give it based on your belief and the suggestions accepted as true. Another simple illustration in this: when you repeatedly say to people, "I do not like mushrooms," then the time comes to you the ancient allegories. The Egyptians knew that the heart was the subconscious mind, but they did not call it the same. You can impress your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind will express what is impressed upon it. Any idea that is emotionalized or felt as true will be accepted by your subconscious mind. If you want a healing, for example, get silent, relax, breathe easily, immobilize your attention. This mental attitude or these negative statements neutralize the previous positive affirmation. If a surgeon operated on you, cut out your appendix, and in the next few minutes ran back and opened you again to see however you were getting along, then half an hour later ran back and opened you up again, he would probably kill you by poisoning. You kill or prevent your healing by using negative statements. The subconscious mind, it has given to them the insight and the know-how for their great achievements in science, industry, and art. Research has shown that the ability to bring into action the subconscious powers are determines the success of all the great scientific and research workers. There is a tremendous dynamo within you, and you can use it. You can also be completely released from tension and frustration. You can turned the request over to the subconscious mind, it gave you the solution in the morning. This is the meaning of the old adage, night brings counsel. If you want to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and you suggest 7 o'clock to the subconscious mind, the subconscious mind will wake you at 7 o'clock on the dot. A mother may be nursing a sick child and she falls asleep. But before she goes to sleep, she suggests child cries, she is immediately awakened. This is a simple function of the subconscious mind. Chapter 2: The Subconscious Mind and Health. The subject of mental therapeutics is creating widespread interest all over the world at the present time. Man is gradually awakening to the healing powers resident in his subconscious mind. It is a well known fact that all of the various schools of healing, effects, cures of the most wonderful character. Healing. Obviously, to the thinker, there must be some underlying principle common to all of them, regardless of the geographical location or the means used. There is one healing principle, and the process of every healing is faith. The first thing to remember is the dual nature of your mind. The subconscious mind is constantly amenable to the power of suggestion. Furthermore, the subconscious mind has complete control of the functions, conditions, also be induced in any part of your body. By illustration, you can hold a cup of cold water under the nose of the hypnotic subject and tell him, "This is a full of pepper. Smell it." He will proceed to sneeze. What do you think caused him to sneeze? The water or the suggestion? If a man says he's allergic to Timothy grass, you can place healer there is. Notice how it heals a cut on your face caused by shaving. It knows exactly how to do it. The doctor dresses the wound. He says, nature heals it. Nature refers to the natural law, the law of subconscious mind or self-preservation, which is the function of the subconscious mind. The instinct of self-preservation is the first law of nature, your strongest instinct. Certitude and expectancy of the best. In the healing of your body, it is, of course, desirable to secure concurrent faith of both the conscious and the subconscious mind. However, it is not essential if the person will enter into a state of passivity and receptivity by relaxing the mind and the body and get into sleepy state. I have known people who have completely denied the matter and their bodies, yet they have received marvelous healing. Thus, if you believe in the bones of saints to heal, or if you believe the healing power of certain water, you will get results because the powerful suggestion given to your subconscious mind. It is later that does the healing, which is the subconscious mind. Any method which causes you to move from fear to worry, to faith to expectancy, will heal. True scientific mental healing is brought about by the combined function of the conscious and subconscious mind. Relaxes mind and body to get into a quiet, passive, receptive state. Then the objective senses are partially suspended. He is in a sleepy state, and the subconscious mind is amenable to suggestion. The practitioner then suggests wonderful words of perfect health, which enters into his subconscious mind. The client finds immense relief and perhaps a complete healing. The practitioner is not handicapped by antagonistic autosuggestion. Came along and said all of this was nonsense. That was the healing due to suggestion. One man does not heal by a different power than another. It is true he may have his own theory and method. There is only one process of healing, and that is faith. There is only one healing power, namely your subconscious mind. Select the theory and method which you prefer. You can rest assured, if you have faith, you shall prayer therapy. In addition to the university clinic's regular group, psychological therapy have been making greater progress than the clinic's regular patients, Dr. Parker said. For example, a stomach ulcer patient relying solely on prayer and group therapy has reported that for the last 3 weeks, all symptoms of his ailment have disappeared. A Redlands University professor, afflicted most of his life with a severe Dr. Parker, a doctor of psychology, not medicine, stresses that prayer therapy is no quackish miracle cure at all, but a scientific approach to prayer and its effects on the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind, in the eyes of still pioneering psychosomatic medicine world, is the fountainhead of many of mankind's affliction, including arthritis, asthma, hay fever, multiple sclerosis, tuberculosis, ulcer, and high. Some people who say, I am whole, pure, and perfect, do not get results. Of course, they do because they succeed in convincing themselves of it. Blind belief and faith will bring results due to the subjective faith of the individual. A psychologist friend of mine told me that one of his lungs was infected. X-rays and analysis showed the presence of tuberculosis. At night, before going to sleep, like the above mentioned psychologist, remember a good mental surgeon, then your troubles will be cut off like dead branches of a pruned tree. If you're constantly naming your aches and symptoms, by the law of your mind, these imagining tends to take shape and greatly feared. A technique of impressing the subconscious mind is as follows. This consists essentially in including The subconscious it passed away in about an hour. Use this technique with complete simplicity and naivety. In using the subconscious mind, you infer no opponent, you use no willpower. Your imagination is the key. You use imagination, not your willpower. You imagine the end and the freedom state. You will find your intellect trying to get into the way but persist in maintaining simple, childlike, miracle making faith. They function together and are able to take orders and carry them out in the deductive fashion at the suggestion of the master mind, which is the conscious mind. This is why the group intelligence of lungs responded to the constructive, positive suggestion of the psychologists previously mentioned in this chapter. In this book, our purpose is to remove the mystery of the workings of the mind in order to know better its modus operandi. In the relaxed state, the subjective mind diseases, plus the cause behind it. This proved a great aid in their healing of patients. The explanation of the mental and emotional causes of the ailments was the solution in most of the cases. The usual procedure is as follows. Look at the problem. Then turn to the solution or way out only to the subconscious mind. Rest in sense of deep conviction that it is involuntary mind. Your feeling about the work to be done is the boss. Know that health is yours, harmony is yours. Become intelligent by becoming a vehicle of the infinite healing power of the subconscious mind. The reasons of failure are lack of confidence and too much effort. Suggest to the subconscious mind to the point of conviction, then relax. Get yourself off your hands. Say to conditions and circumstances. Over and over again like a lullaby. Each night, this man, as he fell asleep, entered into a drowsy, meditative, the state akin of sleep. His attention was immobilized and focused on his eye doctor. He imagined the doctor was in front of him and he plainly heard or imagined he heard the doctor saying to him, "A miracle has happened." He heard this over and over again each night for perhaps 5 minutes. This is another example of the miracles of the mind. Chapter 3: Subconscious Mind and Alcoholism. The alcoholic is mentally ill and he needs a mental overhauling. The problem drinker and the compulsive drinker or the habitual drinker does not drink normally. The problem drinker is a chronic alcoholic. He drinks for days, weeks, and even months at a time. The alcoholic he images a drinking bout in which glasses are filled and drained, and then he imagines the following senses to ease and enjoyment, a feeling of relaxation. If he lets his imagination run wild, he will go to the bar or buy a bottle. The drinker uses efforts and willpower to overcome the habit, or cause as he calls it. The more effort or more willpower he uses, the more hopelessly engulfed does he become. A subconsciousness tendency or urge established through habit. There is a law of reversed effort, which was explained by the French School of Therapeutics in 1910. It means which, when your desire and your imagination are in conflict, the imagination invariably gains the day. For example, you will hear an alcoholic say, "I took a lot of pains. I tried so hard." The dominant idea would conquer. Your desire, will, or effort to walk would be reversed, and the dominant idea of failure would be reinforced. If a man says, "I want to give up alcohol, but I cannot," he may wish to give up, but the harder he tries, the less he is able. Never try to compel the subconscious mind to accept your idea by exercising willpower. Such attempts are doomed to failure. The must engage its cooperation. The subconscious mind will accept your feeling, your belief, and your conviction. The alcoholic avoids the conflict which arises in his mind by using the sleeping technique. By entering into a sleepy, drowsy state, effort is reduced to a minimum. The conscious mind is submerged to a great extent when in a sleepy state. The best time to impregnate the subconscious mind, as the French school pointed out in 1910, is prior in that sleepy state, say quietly over and over again as a lullaby, I am completely free from this habit. Sobriety and peace of mind reign supreme. Repeat the above slowly, quietly, and lovingly for 5 to 10 times, night and morning. At the end of 3 weeks, he lost all desire to drink. Each time he repeated the above statement, its emotional value became uncontrollable urge seized me, and I have been drunk for 2 weeks. This has happened time and again with this man. The effort of his will suppressed by desire temporarily. But his continued effort to suppress made matters worse. His repeated failures convinced him that he was hopeless and powerless in controlling his urge. This idea of being powerless operated, of course, as a powerful suggestion in his subconscious mind, increased his impotence, and made his life a wreck. Coercion. To use force is to presuppose that there is opposition. When the mind is concentrated on the means to overcome a problem, it is no longer concentrated with the obstacle. This man made a practice of relaxing his body, getting into sleepy, drowsy, meditative state, then filling his mind the picture of the desired end, knowing the subconscious would bring it about in the easiest way. He imagined his daughter would succeed in impregnating his subconscious mind with the mental picture. I told him the conscious mind was the camera and his subconscious mind was the sensitive plate on which he registered and impressed the picture. This made a profound impression on him. His whole aim was to impress the picture and develop it in his mind. Your film is developed in the dark. Likewise, your mental picture is developed in the dark house of the subconscious mind. Realizing his subconscious mind. Infrequently and knew a healing would follow. When the temptation to drink came, he knew it was his imagination trying to take him back to drinking about. So he would switch off his scene and cut the film, so to speak, and see his daughter, feel her, embrace her, and hear her voice. The secret of his success was that he confidently expected to experience the picture he was developing in his. Through the bottle. The interesting thing about an alcoholic is that he has no free will. He thinks he has. He boasts about his willpower. The habitual drunkard says bravely, I will not touch it anymore, but he has no power to back it up because he does not know where to locate it. The alcoholic is living in the psychological prison of his own making and is bound by his beliefs, opinions, training, and environmental influences. He is like the most people. If a man dwells and broods on sorrow, he meets sorrow and gloom in his outer experience. If he dwells on peace and good fortune in his business, it will prosper. To know the possibilities of such laws of mind is to be seized with a new inspiration and a new faith. The alcoholic learns that whatever thought he anchors in his mind upon, the later magnifies. If the alcoholic engages his mind on the concept of freedom and peace of mind, and if he keeps focused on the new direction of his attention, he generates problems in the world is man's failure to realize his heart's desires. Show man the power of his subconscious mind. Tell him that if he will imagine the end, feel it subjectively, and remain faithful to his ideal, the subconscious will begin to pass. People who try and stifle desire have really a unconscious impulse towards self-destruction and self-oblivion. When man begins to believe in the greater power than himself, lodged in his own unconscious depths, he is memory and repeat it over and over again as a lullaby. Nancy School Technique. Use the phrase, sobriety and peace of mind are mine now, and I give thanks. To prevent the mind from wandering, repeat it loud or repeat it out loud or sketch its pronunciation with lips and tongue as you say it mentally. This helps its entry into the subconscious mind. Do this for 5 minutes. Meditation implies complete freedom. Hear it over and over again until you get the reaction which satisfies. The above technique is sound psychological procedure and is an excellent means of conveying an idea to the subconscious mind. You know, you will go where your vision is. The visual thinker is a man who does not believe in the possibility of execution of his ideas or desires. He is the daydreamer. The scientific thinker imagines the end and the victory. Subconscious mind and wealth. The trouble with most people is that they have no invisible means to support when business falls away or the stock market drops or they lose their investments. They seem helpless. The reason for such insecurity is that they do not know how to tap into the subconscious mind. They are unacquainted with the inexhaustible storehouse within. A man with a poverty type mind finds himself in poverty stricken conditions. I discovered that when they say I'm prosperous, I'm wealthy, they felt within that they were lying to themselves. One man told me, I have affirmed until I am tired that I am prosperous. Things are now worse. I know when I made the statement that I was obviously not true. His statements and those of others were rejected by the conscious mind and very opposite of what they affirmed and claimed was made manifest. Auto-suggestion succeeds best when it is specific. This will not arouse any argument because it does not contradict the subconscious mind's impression of financial lack. I suggested to one businessman whose sales were very low and he was greatly worried that he sit down in his office, get quiet and repeat the statement over and over again. My sales are improving every day. I am advancing, progressing, and getting wealthier every day. This statement engaged the cooperation of the circumstances corresponding to their nature and quality will manifest in your life. You are not saying, I am a success or I am a wealthy. You are dwelling on real powers within you. There is no conflict in the mind when you say wealth or success. Furthermore, the feeling of wealth and success will well up within you as you dwell upon these ideas. The feeling of wealth produces wealth. The feeling of being successful produces success. Keep this in mind at all times. The subconscious mind delays, lack, and limitations into your life. To him that hath the feeling of wealth, the more wealth shall be added. To him that hath the feeling of lack, more lack shall be added. The subconscious mind gives you compound interest also. Every morning, as you awaken, deposit thoughts of prosperity, success, wealth, and peace. Dwell upon these concepts. Busy your mind with them as often as possible. These positive thoughts will find their way as deposits in your subconscious. Ways. To prosper means to advance along all lines of wisdom, understanding, and material possession. Money represents wealth. It is a symbol of exchange. It represents freedom, opulence, luxury, and refinement. I do not know of anyone who says that he has too much. In all probability, he is looking for more. Most people are under the impression that the value of their money is dependent on so much gold in South Africa or in vaults of the United States Treasury. Feeling of prosperity. When you are seeking to convey the idea of wealth and success to your subconscious mind, be sure you never make foolish statements such as, I despise money. It is an evil thing. It is the root cause of all evil. Such an attitude of mind will cause money to take wings and fly away from you. You would then be giving two conflicting orders to the subconscious mind. One would neutralize the other, and nothing would happen. Money has taken many forms down through the ages. Or profession, you cannot be a true success. Love always magnifies and multiplies. Love this idea of wealth until it becomes embodied subjectively. Write this down in big letters in your mind. What you love, you increase. You are familiar with this fundamental fact. When money is circulated freely in a country, its financial condition is healthy. Let there be healthy circulation of money in your life also, particularly in your mental attitude. Believe that money is good. Think of all good you can. And hard labor? It is not so. The effortless way of life is the best. Do the thing you love to do and do it for the joy and thrill of it. Sing at your work. You will if you love it. Also, if you love your work, you are bound to be a success. An executive I know receives a salary of $60,000 a year. Last year, he was on a 10-month cruise seeing the world and its beauty spots. He has convinced his subconscious mind that he of 12,000 yearly. It all happened within a period of a month. Every morning, as this person shaved, he would look into his mirror and say to himself, "You are wealthy. You are a big success." This went on for weeks. In about 8 weeks, he was suddenly promoted over the heads of 80 other salesmen. While shaving, you are relaxed. As previously outlined, you can convey an idea to the subconscious mind by repeating it again and again at intervals with faith and joyous expectancy. Of wheat sown in the ground bring forth of its kind and hundredfold. The subconscious mind works under a law of abundance. Nature is lavish, extravagant, and bountiful. Increase your estimate of yourself. If you bargain with life for a penny a day, the universe will respond accordingly. Many people have a keen desire for money, more money, but they have a subconscious pattern of $75 a week. Therefore, that is what they demonstrate, whereas bad, it is tainted. You cannot attract what you criticize. When you begin to think things through, you will realize that real wealth depends on the circulation of wonderful ideas in your mind, which well up from the subconscious mind. A young detective desiring more money used the above mentioned formula. One morning he awakened with an intense desire to write a short story based on one of his experiences. He sat down, ideas came freely. His story was accepted. Then he wrote many others and was paid handsome. Your pocketbook in countless ways. This process will continue to go on in your mind regardless of whether the market goes up or down, or whether the pound sterling or dollars drop in value. Your wealth is never truly dependent on bonds, checks, or money in the bank. These are really all symbols necessary and useful, of course. The point I wish to emphasize is that if you convince your subconscious mind that wealth is yours and that plenty of money is available, and circulating in your life. If you see a competitor depositing a large sums of money in the bank and you have only a mere amount to deposit, does that make you envious? The way to overcome this emotion is to say to yourself, isn't it wonderful? I rejoice in that man's prosperity. I wish for him greater and greater wealth. Do you know what you are doing? You are actually impressing the subconscious mind with the idea of wealth to enter. You can now destroy that mental block. Get on mental good terms with everyone. As you go to sleep tonight, practice many techniques which we occasionally refer to. Repeat the word wealth quietly, easily, and feelingly. Do this over and over again as a lullaby. Lull yourself to sleep with one word wealth. You should be amazed at the result.